Yo, what's good with y'all boys, man? I know I ain't really got no, what I'm saying, nobody watching my live stream, but just in case somebody do watch and they see my whole, what I'm saying, live stream, they'll know my takes, my thoughts on this shit. My fault, I ain't really got much sleep. Um, shit, it's 6:53 a.m. My sleep schedule been all out of whack, so I'm moving a little bit. My brain a little bit foggy, but I'm pushing through. You feel me? But I was thinking, because I was on my way to the store to buy some cigarettes, you know, 7-Eleven, because 7-Eleven is always open, But I was thinking on my way there and back that, like, because I'm trying to figure out, like, and hold on, let me adjust the brightness because it's a little bit too bright. I gotta get my, so I gotta do something. I gotta do something. A few hours. So I'm trying to stay up. And after I do that, I'm gonna go to sleep. I was trying to do this shit today, but what I'm saying? It couldn't be done today, so I mean not today, but I was trying to do this shit yesterday, but it couldn't be done yesterday, so I had to do it today. But yeah, man, I was thinking, bro, like what really is the purpose of this experience that us TIs or uh target individuals or schizophrenics or all of the above, right? Like what is the purpose of this psyop or whatever the fuck it is that we're going through? You know what I mean? And it's like I get the fact that it could just be something that is just that's all it is, right? Just a government psyop, right? The government just chooses people to fuck with and to do experiments on, maybe, right? But it's like that would be, I don't know, bro. It's like it's just the simple fact that we were just unlucky people that was chosen to be experimented on. I don't know, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's more than that, you know. I feel like it's more than that. It's something revealing about the nation. Because if you talk to any TI, right, there's always some kind of deeper aspect to us, whether we're schizophrenics or not, or whether we're schizophrenic and being targeted because we're schizophrenic or whatever the case may be, right? And I'm not saying that, but see me, like, I'm not saying that all target individuals are just schizophrenics and they just loony, right? And I'm not saying that at all because that'd be discrediting my own, experiences. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not, because here's the thing, I get the V2K, right? I get the V2K, right? So I'm always hearing, like, even if nobody around, it's like I'm always hearing the same voices or different voices, right? Sometimes it comes and goes, but for the most part, it's been there for years, right? Ever since I got diagnosed, right? And it's like, so that's what helps me, like, that's what keeps me on the fence about, what I'm saying, whether or not this shit is easy to do. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you save up the money and you do the shit, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta know how to play this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just about to figure out real quick. My bad, my neighbor came up. That's why I changed the topic so fast. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make it seem like a normal conversation, so don't be weirded out by it. I just had to change the topic of conversation because my neighbor was out and I'm outside in the car and everything quiet, so I know he can hear me talking and know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying he'll gang stalker. I just don't want people to know what I'm talking about. Right? Because this is kind of experience that when you tell somebody, they won't believe you. Right? I'm gonna drop my cigarette. There they go. But that's what I was saying before I changed topics. Had to cut it off real smooth. But yeah, it's like this whole thing is like whether or not I forgot what I was saying, but I'm gonna get to what I remember last part what I was saying. It's like this whole experience, whether we're, saying truly schizophrenic or not, whatever the case may be. I don't think, like I said, I don't think we just are just schizophrenics, right? I think there's definitely like some of us maybe just schizophrenic, and we also maybe get gangster at the same time. Some of us, there may be a few that are just basically schizophrenic, maybe, right? Because I'm not exactly 100% sure. You know what I mean? Because it feels like schizophrenia, bro. It's like all the tell tell signs of schizophrenia, right? But the only thing is like when you get perps and you get people that have like direct conversations talking about what you're talking about, or it's related to you in some way, or something that you're going through. It's a little bit too coincidental. It's like it's something more when it's too coincidental, right? Like this is like there's something up with this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something going on here. There is something more to it. What the doctors are telling me, are telling us, right? But it's like just just I don't know, bro.